Welcome to another episode of Agile Marketing Academy, the podcast where we help entrepreneurs like you brew the perfect marketing strategy. I'm your host, Batash, and in today's episode, we dive into the letter E. And that E stands for, drumroll, wait for it. That is right, we're steering the pod on email marketing this time. And before we do, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. Your presence and engagement truly means the world to me and are the reasons why I'm able to bring this podcast to life and continue on. If you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, I would absolutely love it if you could take a moment to like, comment, and share the podcast with others who might also find this valuable. Your interaction not only helps me reach out a broader audience, but it enriches the conversation and fosters a sense of community amongst the agile marketers globally. As you may know, I'm fairly new to this exciting world of podcasting, and I'm eager to learn and improve. So your feedback, both applause and constructive critique, is immensely important to me. So don't hesitate to let me know what you think. We value your input and want to make sure that this podcast brings the best value to you in terms of content and delivery. For those of you who wants to connect beyond the podcast, you can find me on LinkedIn. There is a link in the description of this episode and the prior episodes, which will direct you straight to my profile. I'm always happy to connect with listeners and continue the conversation there. Additionally, for every podcast episode, I write an accompanying article on the same topic. This is a fantastic way to revisit the idea we discussed, delve deeper into the subject, and join the conversation with your own thoughts and experiences. So do check out these articles on my LinkedIn account. Again, link is in the description, and join the comment section. You can also send me a direct message with your questions and concerns on LinkedIn, and I'm more than happy to connect with you there. For those of you that are coming from LinkedIn to this podcast, stay until the end because there are some additional content that can be useful for you here. And without further ado, let's dive right in. The setting was Java Junction, a quaint coffee shop in the heart of the city, where the beans were as robust as the business talks that brewed within its walls. I was there to meet John, an enterprising go-getter, always on the hunt for the next big thing to skyrocket his startup. As the clinking of the cups and the steamy hiss of the espresso machine punctuated our conversation, John started talking about his latest fascination, TikTok. Did you know, he said animatedly, stirring his coffee, that TikTok users spend an average of 52 minutes per day on the platform? I'm thinking of channeling a good chunk of our marketing budget into the TikTok ads. I chuckled, appreciating his enthusiasm. John, I said, TikTok sure is the hot ticket right now, but let's not forget about the humble workhorse of digital marketing that is email. His eyebrows shot up. Email? Really? Really, I said, leaning back on and letting the idea percolate. I could see the gears turning in John's head. As the barista called out another order, we dove into the world of email marketing, a reliable but often overlooked contender in the race for the return on investment. Little did John know, he was about to discover the real MVP of digital marketing. And so, our journey began right there over the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. As an entrepreneur, there is a constant quest for the perfect marketing strategy that delivers, is cost-effective, and resonates with your target audience. In the hustle of chasing after flashy social media platforms and the latest tech trends, an unsung hero is quietly making waves in digital marketing sphere. Yes, we're talking about email marketing. First, let's kick things off with the basics. What is email marketing and how does it work? Simply put, email marketing is a practice of spending emails to potential or current customers to promote products, provide information, or build a relationship. It's a critical tool in the business arsenal, creating direct communication lines between you and your customer base. But how does email marketing work? It begins with the building of a list, a collection of email addresses from people interested in your business. This could be a list that you get through subscription forms, social media campaigns, offline events. Once you've got to that list, you launch your email marketing campaigns, which could range from newsletters, promotional offers, to update about your business. Now that we had that little basic stuff out of the way, let's talk about why this channel is still important in this day and age. In the digital age, email marketing holds a special place. Despite the rise in social media, email remains one of the most personal and direct ways to communicate with the customers. And here's why it's crucial. It is still cost effective. The email marketing campaigns can reach a large audience at a fraction of the cost of the traditional marketing methods. And we're not going to dive into those traditional marketing methods, but there's some information that hopefully in the future we go over and analyze that as well. You can also segment your email list and be more targeted, unlike the traditional methods, tailoring your email marketing strategy to appeal to different customer groups a different way. And there's a certain amount of measurable data that comes with these email marketing campaigns. Majority of the email marketing tools provide valuable data about open rates, click rates, conversion rates, helping you really fine-tune your strategy along the way. And of course, we're going to dive into those definitions and terms later on, just to be sure that we are all moving along from the same information. It is also personal. Personalization is very important right now, specifically after 2020, where a majority of us were sitting at home and got used to the idea of interacting online, purchasing online, buying online. The static pages, the generic information no longer works, and this is partially due to social media behavior as well. Therefore, that sense of personalization feature is very important across all your digital marketing campaigns, including channels such as email marketing. With personalization features, you can, for example, address the customer's name, be more personalized about your offers, promotions, recommendations, the birthday celebrations, and also this channel is very immediate. It brings both the short-term and long-term value to your overall marketing initiative, making it ideal for limited time offers, flash sales, again, anything that is short-term but also long-term with some of the drip marketing automation and further communication down the line with both prospects and with your current customers. Also, there are stats that show the importance of this channel for your digital marketing. So if you're a marketer and you're trying to explain to the executive team or to your stakeholders, to your superior about the need to utilize emails over other channels, or maybe putting a little bit of more of an urgency on the channel, or bring forth more budget for the channel, this is going to be good information for you to use. Along with that, if you're a business owner and you're trying to identify where to invest your money, why email marketing is so important, this information is going to work for you as well. So let's dive into some fascinating facts about the statistics and information about the value of email marketing. So these are kind of taken from different sources. The first one is, of course, when you're looking at the global impact of email marketing. There are 4 billion email users worldwide. When you're looking at global numbers, of course, they're huge. It doesn't mean that you're going to be targeting 4 billion people every time that you're sending out an email, but the possibility communication is there, and majority of the people that you communicate with or you would like to target, they either have Gmail, Yahoo, business emails, and they're constantly engaging with that on a daily basis. Email is 40 times more effective at acquiring new customers than Facebook or Twitter. Now, I personally never looked at Twitter as acquisition. It's more of a PR tool, or if you want to remain in communication, even customer service. Facebook, yes, you can use that as an acquisition channel in B2B, B2C. The cool thing about email is, again, not only do you have that short-term gain, now the behavior, the thinking behind, because when you're looking at the channels, you got to understand the feeling behind why the state of mind of the user when they are on that channel. Normally, when somebody's on social media, they might be in a purchasing mood. They might be taking a break. They want to step outside of essentially analytical thinking, and they want to engage with the content that is going to perfect for essentially taking the break. And so social media state of mind is different than email state of mind. In email, the behavior is different because you need to pay attention to the information. There are words, there are written responses that needs to be given. So people are more susceptible to receiving emails about important stuff, about promotions. They're more in that analytical state to be able to make those kind of decisions. Also, 59% of B2B marketers say that email is their most effective channel for revenue generation. Personalized email marketing campaigns, as I said when I was talking about personalization, improve the click-through rate by 14%. And when we are going back to that ROI, I believe for $1 spent on email marketing, you can really think about gaining an average of $42 in terms of ROI. So 78% of marketers have seen an increase in email engagement over the last 12 months, and 81% of the SMBs rely on email as their primary customer acquisition channel. So as you can see, there's a lot of potentials there. One of the type of emails that I really like are welcome emails, because while they're not really an acquisition, it's a form of an appreciation and nurturing of the customer. And normally you would see about 82% average open rate on those emails. So we talked about the stats, we talked about what and why. So let's talk about the how. How are we going to start on email marketing campaigns? Starting an email marketing campaign requires a careful planning, basically starting with a goal. And there's a lot that goes into different types of businesses. There is a lot of different state of business, different maturity state of the business, or where the business is in the life cycle also is important on how you're going to start your email marketing campaign. But we are considering a business that already has information on the industry, figured out that the industry is viable, know the competitors, have some sort of planning. So we are not talking about business planning. We're not talking about business strategy. We are going to focus on email marketing itself. So Basically, all that information, competitive analysis, the business planning, business goals, they're going to feed into your email marketing campaign. So while you're setting up goals, you got to make sure that you have all that information. So setting up goals, what do you want to achieve out of your email marketing campaign? Is it more website traffic? Is it increased sales? How do you want to go about it? And while majority of the businesses focus on revenue generation, there are other goals that can be achieved by email marketing as well. One of them being, as I said, nurturing with the welcome emails. Next, you're going to want to build your email list. I'm talking about this in a linear way, but some of this, of course, we can tailor because when you want to draw the picture, you want to also have the means and tools necessary to get the job done. So, there's a lot going into that list building as well, where we are not going to have time for it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out on LinkedIn, and I'm more than happy to assist you. But for the email, you're going to consider the ethical method to collect email addresses from people that are interested in your business. As I said, it can be a trade show, it can be your current customers, it can be somebody that filled out a lead form or a welcome form, new customer form, but you got to make sure that they are opting in. So choosing the right email marketing tool comes next. Picking up an email marketing platform that fits your needs for cost, efficiency, and capability. And then you're going to be able to, if you want to segment your list, depending on the need, of course, and depending on what type of campaign you can target the list. You can also send out a message to the entire list, but what I recommend is to focus on segmentation because you do not want to send an unwanted, unwarranted, or irrelevant message to your audience. Right after segmenting your list, you want to make sure that you think about your design, you're thinking about your copy, and also what kind of story you want to tell. You develop the email, you test out the email to make sure it works, and then you start scheduling out your email through your email platform. And then once that is done, you're going to start measuring your success, which is with the help of analytical tools. Hopefully, sometime in the future, if I have the ability to do a live segment on this, I'm more than happy to jump in either here or on YouTube to really dive into the analytical portion and how it can be measured. Majority of the platforms, they provide the same type of KPIs, key performance indicators, open rates, click rates, conversion rates, and those are going to be the definitions that we are going to go over in a little while later. As I said, now we're talking about the definitions. The first thing that we're going to go over is the open rate. So just like where you look at not sure if you ever had the experience of working in telemarketing or any sort of sales. There is always, as you start working the leads, as you're starting the engagement and communication with the prospects, your list starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to a few customers or a few prospects that are interested in hearing from you. The way that works in digital marketing is exactly the same. You have a bigger population, and as you move down the funnel, that population gets smaller and smaller. So bigger population is, of course, the total amount of emails that you send out. That's your emails that were delivered. Out of those, some will open. Percentage of email recipients that actually open the email are called open rates. And then out of that, some people actually click through and engage with the email. So the percentage of email recipients who click on one or more links contained within the email will be known as the click-through rate. And then out of that, of course, there's going to be conversion rates. And the conversion is really the percentage of email recipients who complete a desired action. So if it's making a purchase, they actually follow through from the email and make a purchase. If it's downloading a form, it's going to be that. If it's filling out a form, that, and so on and so forth. And then some percentage of emails will get bounced, and that bounce is really emails that could not for some reason get delivered to the recipient's inbox, and those are the ones that need to be taken away. Normally the email platforms will automatically take those bounced emails away, so be sure to check that periodically and take those emails out of your database. Segmentation, which is the process of dividing email subscribers to smaller and smaller segments, really important for your personalization. This will require you to know and understand the persona of your clients. So the real question that I will ask you, or you should ask yourself before you segment the data, is what is the purpose of the message, and who are the customers? What are their personas? What are their interests? There's actually a blog that I wrote maybe a year ago. I'm going to leave the link of that down in the description as well. If you're interested in understanding personas, hopefully we're going to be able to talk about that later as well. Then we're going to need to talk about the subscribers, the opt-ins, the opt-outs, and the deliverability. So the form on the website or on the landing page is going to be one of the levers that you can use to opt subscribers in. It can be a one or single formatted subscription, which is essentially they give you their email address and information. You say thank you, and then boom, they're signed in or opted in to receiving emails. My preference will be to double opt-in the those that are interested, and really the double opt-in processes where you while they're opting in, they're going to be able to receive a confirmation email from you. They need to actually click on something to confirm that they're opting in. And then you can also send them another email that says, thank you for, subscribing to our list. Here is the format of how you're going to receive emails in the future based on what you agreed today. And unsubscribes are the ones that, of course, received an email and decided that they don't need to receive communications from you anymore. It is very important to look at those unsubscribe rates because it tells you if your content is relevant, if you're sending maybe frequent messages. Maybe your segmentation is wrong, so it is very important for you to look at those analytics. And finally is the deliverability of the email, which measures the success of your email reach to the audience's inboxes. So as that deliverability rate goes down, you need to identify the source of the problem and fix it as soon as possible. Email is very important for e-commerce businesses. It can be a game changer in many ways. It enables you to connect with your customers, inform them about new products, sales, and other promotions. Plus, with automated shopping cart abandonment emails, you can remind customers about the products they left in their cart, increasing the chance of making an additional sale or getting rid of that lost opportunity. And the perfect example of this is, of course, if any of you guys are Walmart shoppers or Amazon shoppers or practically any store out there online, you can normally see that they reach out to you after a while if there's something left in your shopping cart and they actually have your email address. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to ask those email addresses ahead of time so that you're not missing on those opportunities. Now that we went over what, why, and how, let's look at some tools you can use in progressing your email marketing and their efficiency. So these are the tools that I said is going to be important when you start, the first time you start your email marketing, or maybe you already have an email marketing platform and you just want to continue on. Maybe you want to switch to another platform. The big ones in the industry right now are MailChimp, Sendinblue, Constant Contact, GetResponse, Drip, and each one of these are known for their own skills. MailChimp is known, for example, for being user-friendly interface and strong analytics. Sendinblue offers free plan for automation. Constant Contact have range of good templates and great support team. By the way, none of these, as you know, are my sponsors, so these are just information that I got off of the internet. Personally, I think that if you want to start for a small business, start small, maybe for Sendinblue or my personal favorite, MailChimp. As you continue on building your list and get to the 3,000 level, maybe beyond that, then you're going to be able to either, continue on using MailChimp or else start using another platform that might be costlier but provides additional tools necessary for your expectations. And majority of these platforms do that provide the same basic functionality. So it's not like if you're going with MailChimp or Sendinblue or Constant Contact, you're going to miss out on an opportunity. Again, on a most basic expectation, most basic functionality, pretty much they're all the same. They might, the dashboards might look differently, but the functionality is there. So look for the one that is most cost effective for you. And as you start building your email marketing and see success, bring in more revenue and get to a point where you can afford a bigger platform, start switching over to different platform there. So in terms of cost efficiency and platform capabilities, as I said, MailChimp is my number one. Sendinblue, I heard that that one is the second one that often comes to the top. They offer a variety of pricing options. They have free tiers, making them accessible for those that are operating on the smaller side, smaller part of the spectrum in terms of size of the business. Cost of starting an email marketing campaign varies depending on the platform you choose, the size of your list, as I said. So be sure to kind of like look at your expectations. How big is your list? What is the projection of how quickly you can get to the second tier, the third tier, or to the 3,000s, 5,000s, tens of thousands of people being on your list, and kind of start from there. I would say the cost you normally starts from $10 to $200 per month, depending on if you want to use advanced features, what platform you want to go with, what is the size of your list. It can definitely make some changes. And what I want to say is it's not really just about the cost. It's about finding the right tool that offers the best value and aligns with your business needs. So look at what your expectations are, what is your business plan, what are your projections, and really try to find the best solution. Sometimes investing a little bit more makes sense, but don't try to don't make things more complicated too soon. Get simple, try simple, learn. Once you pass the learning curve, then you're going to be able to make additional changes as required. Now we're going to dive into the additional content that I promised at the very beginning. We're going to dive into how to set up an agile workflow for your email marketing campaign. So first part is always the same. Of course, defining your goal. Defining the goal is different in Agile. Clearly articulating your email marketing goals, setting up direction in the Agile process, utilizing SMART goals. Example includes increasing email open rates, driving website traffic, boosts conversion rates. Ensure your goals are aligned with the broader marketing and business objectives. How does this puzzle piece fit the rest of the story? As I said, use the SMART criteria. SMART standing for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, to create well-defined goals that can be tracked and measured. Example of such goal can be, for example, instead of saying, hey, I want to increase my open rate on this one email campaign, for example. Instead, the way that you're going to write the goal is, I want to increase our email open rate from 15% to 25% within the next 3 months. Or I want to increase my open rate to 50% over a year. Or I want to keep the open rate steady at 60% year over year, right? So these goals are very specific, focused on the email open rate. They're measurable because they have number, right? An increase from this percent to this percent. Achievable because it's within the industry averages, and it's relevant because email open rate affects engagement and conversions. And also it's time bound because we mentioned the time and the period during which this needs to be done. I want to emphasize on relevancy, and I want to emphasize in achievable. You want to be realistic about the goals you set. You want to make sure they're achievable. You're not setting too high of a goal. There's nothing wrong with setting up the goal that is unachievable, in my opinion. The problem arises from a place where we beat ourselves for not achieving the goal. It's always better to set a low expectation, learn and move forward, learn and pivot, learn and pivot. So make sure that they're achievable and make sure that they're relevant. As I said, you want to make sure that the goal that you're setting for your email marketing makes sense for email marketing. And also it makes sense to the overall business plan and the success of the campaign. Next, you're going to create a backlog. So you're going to brainstorm and list all the tasks related to your email marketing campaign, such as creating email copy, designing templates, building your email list, or segmenting the subscribers. You rank the tasks based on their potential impact on your goals, urgency and required efforts, updating and maintaining the backlog as new ideas or tasks emerge and the priorities shift. Example of your backlog, as I said, can be writing the email copy for welcome sequence, designing email template for the product launch, implementing email segmentation based on the purchase behavior, or setting up an A/B testing for call to actions. These can be some things that can go on that backlog. So then you're going to divide everything into the sprints, typically lasting between 1 or 4 weeks. In the sprint planning session, select a set of tasks. In the sprint planning session, select a set of tasks from the backlog that the team will focus on during the sprint. And then finally, ensure the selected tasks are achievable within the sprint duration and align with your goals. Example of such can be, for example, you set up a 2 week sprint. Again, duration of sprint is really up to you and how fast you can turn things around. You might decide to focus on tasks related to your upcoming product launch. This could include creating the product launch email copy, designing the email templates, segmenting your subscribers, and this is going to be based on, of course, those product categories. And then you're going to have daily stand-ups, which are normally about 15 minutes. Conduct daily stand-up meetings to foster communication, transparency, and accountability within the working team. Team members should briefly just share an update and complete tasks, plan tasks for the day, and also understanding roadblocks. This is going to, as I said, help with the communication, but also this is the step that you can decide to speak with your stakeholders to make sure that they are also on the same page. Therefore, the expectation is the same across the board. During the daily stand-up, for example, your email copywriter might say something like, yesterday I finished writing the copy for the welcome email sequence. Today I'll start working on the product launch email, and I might need some input from the design team to align our messaging with the design. This is a great part to stay in communication with the stakeholder and ensure that everybody's on the same page. When I say everybody's on the same page, and why I said it twice is because normally the communication within the team is important, but also making sure that the stakeholder knows which part of the milestone or timeline you're on is going to help benefit you, provide more space to your team to freely operate, and also build trust with your stakeholders. So once that is done, you're going to be able to test and reiterate, run a small scale email campaign, test different things such as subject line, email content, CTAs, implement A/B testing to identify different effective strategies that you have. Based on the results, iterate and improve your campaigns, make data-driven decisions. And then finally, review and reflect at the end of each sprint. Hold a sprint review meeting to discuss completed tasks, unfinished tasks, and overall progress of your goals. See the areas of improvement, lessons learned, maybe something didn't go well, so they can basically start talking about that and how we can improve or find new resolutions to improve the processes or campaigns in the future. And they'll also remember that when we were talking about improvement, we were talking about continuous improvement. So a good thing about agile terminology, agile processes, is that continuous improvement is built in it. So you have to embrace that culture, be flexible, continue learning, improve, and pivot. Leverage the insights and the learning from each sprint. Optimize your processes, optimize your email marketing, reassess your goals and strategies. Where does your SMART goals need revisiting? Dive deeper into the processes and iterate approach to drive continuous improvement on effectiveness and efficiency, not specifically just about the campaigns, but how you're delivering or accomplishing those tasks as well. And there you have it, folks. Another deep dive into dynamic world of marketing here at Agile Marketing Academy. I hope you enjoyed unboxing email marketing with me today, and that you now feel armed with knowledge to make your email marketing campaigns more agile and efficient. I'd like to thank all of you, my amazing listeners, for tuning in and joining me on this journey of marketing discovery. I appreciate your time, your ears, and your curiosity. It's you who makes this community vibrant and enriching. Remember, I'm here on a bi-weekly basis, bright and early, every other Wednesday, bringing you the latest insight, trends, and strategies in the marketing space. And the best part of it is, you can find me on all major podcasting channels. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. That way you'll always be in the loop with our latest episodes as soon as they hit the airwaves. Get Agile Marketing Academy delivered straight into your ears. This is your host, Batash, and thank you once again for tuning in. Stay agile, stay informed, and I'll catch you on the next. Over and out.